Hey guys, I'm Mara Zurich with cleveland.com, and today I'll be covering Hillary Clinton's rally at Tri-C in Cleveland. Clinton is facing Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders for the Democratic nomination for president. The pair will face off here in Ohio on March 15th. While Clinton is no stranger to the political world, she's actually only held elected office for about 8 years while she served as United States Senator. Here's a fun fact according to the New York Times. Clinton and Sanders voted the same way about 93% of the time during the 2 years they shared together in the Senate. But here's a look at a few of Clinton's votes. When President George W. Bush sought authorization to launch a war in Iraq in 2002, Clinton voted yes. But she has since changed her mind on the Iraq War and has called her vote a mistake in her 2014 book, Hard Choices. During her first year in the Senate, Clinton voted for the Patriot Act, a 2001 bill designed to curb terrorism, in part by granting broad surveillance powers to the NSA. In 2008, Congress voted on a bailout bill to address the subprime mortgage crisis. Clinton voted in favor of the bill, which in part created a $700 billion emergency bailout fund. In 2006, Clinton supported the Secure Fence Act, which called for building 700 miles of physical barriers along the U.S.-Mexico border. The Secure Fence Act also called for more security checkpoints and vehicle blockades in an effort to decrease illegal immigration and drug trafficking. Okay, so that's it for the votes, but this is Hillary Clinton we're talking about, so we can't just go over her history as a senator. She was also the First Lady of Arkansas and, of the United States of America. So let's skip ahead to her time in the White House, and we'll kick that off with the economy. While Bill took office at the end of an economic recession, his tenure saw considerable economic growth. The Clintons focused their economic policy on So, on to the next topic, and that's healthcare. So, throughout her time as First Lady, Hillary was a strong advocate for healthcare reform, especially for kids. Within the first 5 days of becoming First Lady, Hillary was named by her husband to oversee healthcare reform. In 1993, Hillary became the third First Lady to testify before Congress when she pushed for health insurance reform, but her plan was rejected as being too complicated and leaning towards socialized medicine. But she didn't give up, and she achieved one of her most notable accomplishments in 1997 when she initiated the Children's Health Insurance Program. The Children's Health Insurance Program was a federal effort to provide state support for children whose parents did not have medical coverage. Another one of Hillary's notable accomplishments is the Adoption and Safe Families Act of 1997, which offered states financial incentives for increasing the number of adoptions. While both Clintons encountered a measure of success, their time in the White House is often marred by scandal. This scandal stemmed from a failed real estate venture Bill and Hillary made in 1978, where the couple planned to build vacation homes in the Ozark Mountains. And the scandal blew up in 1993 when Hillary was mentioned as a witness, and some speculated that she illegally profited. In 1996, she testified before a grand jury about Whitewater. Whitewater eventually faded away and made room for a new scandal, and you guys probably have heard of this one. In 1998, President Clinton's affair with the White House intern Monica Lewinsky led to articles of impeachment, but he was acquitted a year later.
With Ms. Lewinsky that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong. It constituted a critical lapse in judgment and a personal failure on my part.
So on with the history lesson. After her time in the White House, this is when Hillary served as U.S. Senator representing New York. Hillary Clinton was the first woman to seek a presidential nomination from a major political party and stay through the entire primary process. But she lost. Even though Hillary lost the Democratic nomination to President Obama in 2008, she did manage to defeat him here in Ohio. After Obama won the 2008 election and took office, he named Hillary Clinton as his Secretary of State. She was the third woman and only First Lady to be named Secretary of State, and just 2 years in her role, she traveled more than 500,000 miles to 77 countries. As Secretary of State, she was against North Korea's use of short-range missiles on South Korea, and she urged Iran to halt its nuclear program. Hillary also championed international women's rights, and she held town hall-style meetings where she took questions from the public. But then in 2012, a group of attackers took over the consulate in Benghazi, Libya, and killed Ambassador Chris Stevens and 3 other Americans.
Military-style attack. This was not a demonstration gone bad. This was a clear, targeted, planned event.
According to senior U.S. officials,
Critics said that Hillary failed to protect those U.S. citizens, and some have even said that she knew this was a planned terrorist operation. It was through the Benghazi investigation that her email controversy was stirred up when it became public knowledge that Clinton used a private email as Secretary of State. But this is where it gets a bit murky. Hillary's staff has been making her emails public, but some of her private emails were deleted. She and her staff maintain they have done nothing wrong, and there is yet to be any evidence that proves otherwise. However, on the night of the Benghazi attack, Hillary did email her daughter Chelsea and said that the attack was carried out by an al-Qaeda-like group. Okay, so that's a wrap on the history. Let's head to the rally and see what Hillary and her supporters are up to. So this is the line to get in to see Hillary. Just got here.
Hi, we are Glenville High School cheerleaders, and we are here to support Hillary Clinton for presidential run.
Why do you support Hillary?
Well, we support Hillary because she's the only one that makes sense, and she's actually for the working people, which what we are.
So this is where Hillary will be speaking. She's scheduled to go on around 8:45. So there's a ton of press here, but the venue is actually pretty small. There's not going to be a lot of places to stand or sit. Where'd you get your buttons at?
From my friend Susan Katz at SK Media.
Very cool. All right, why do you support Hillary Clinton?
I support Hillary Clinton because she is ready on day one.
Why do you like Hillary Clinton?
Breaking barriers for all Americans. Education, jobs, the economy, breaking down barriers.
Hillary because she's for the working class, for women. She's here for us, she's support us.
We support Hillary because
Equal pay for equal work.
Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Check back to cleveland.com for some social media highlights, some photo, video, and a story from the Hillary Clinton rally at Tri-City.